At 40, you have the house, two cars in the driveway, a job title with the word senior in front of it, kids who are loud on Saturday mornings. Almost none of that came from the thing you spent 4 years and $30,000 buying. That is not a tragedy. It is just not the story anyone tells you at graduation. And the distance between those two facts is where most working lives actually happen. Go back. You are 21, finishing a business administration degree. You did not pick it because you loved it. You picked it because it was the major that did not close any doors, which is a polite way of saying it did not open any either. Then the internship email arrives. You read it twice. You call home before finishing the second read. The company name is in your bio that evening, after far too long spent choosing between excited to announce and thrilled to announce. And the excitement is earned. 63% of interns get converted into full-time hires, the best odds anyone will offer you in this whole process. $23.35 an hour, 40 hours a week, 10 weeks, a badge that beeps. The first 2 weeks are good. You are 22 and you want to learn, which is not naive. It is the correct setting for a 22-year-old. Someone hands you a laptop with your name on a sticker. Someone walks you through the org chart. You learn what 4 acronyms mean, use one correctly in a meeting, and feel briefly like a professional. Then the new runs out. What is underneath is not a bad job. It is a shape, and nobody described the shape to you. You wake up at 6:30 because you have to. The average one-way commute in America is 27 minutes. Call it an hour of your day, gone, unpaid. Across a 10-week internship, that is more than a full extra work week spent sitting still. Maybe yours is hybrid. Most programs are now. In-person interns still convert at a much higher rate, so you go in anyway. Then, 8 hours at a desk, in a room full of other desks, under lighting that has never once been described as flattering. Around 11:30, the largest decision of your day arrives, and it is lunch. You will get the same thing you got yesterday. Then back to the desk. Then the commute again. Then maybe 4 hours of your own life, and you spend the first one deciding what to have for dinner and the rest on your phone. You had a picture of this job before you started. A suit, a city, a handshake. Somebody saying, "Let us circle back on that." Business sounded serious. It sounded like something you would be respected for. Nobody tells you the real thing is a chair. Nobody quits in week 1. Week 1 is exciting. People quit in their heads around week 8 and then say nothing about it for years. In your case, 11 of them. Hold on to that number. You update a tracker. You reformat a deck you will not present. You prepare a progress report on a project whose goal has never been explained to you. You sit in a meeting whose purpose is to schedule another meeting. None of it is hard. That is what breaks it. You had braced for difficulty. Nobody braces you for work that is easy and boring at the same time, in a building where the good coffee is on a floor you cannot badge into. And then, in your second month, on a Thursday, at about 2 in the afternoon, the thought arrives fully formed. I do not want this. You do not tell anyone. Not the friends posting the same badge photo. Not your parents, who have your graduation picture on the refrigerator door. The internship ends. The offer comes. You take it. Not because you changed your mind, because of a number. You are not saying yes because you are weak. You are saying yes because of money that is already gone. The average graduate who borrowed for a bachelor's degree left school owing about $29,500. 4 years are spent. That money is spent. Walking away does not get $1 back. It only turns all of it into a mistake, and people do remarkable things to avoid that feeling. Then there is the second cost, and it never appears on a statement. Your mother now tells the neighbors what you do. And here is what should worry you more than the debt. 52% of graduates are underemployed a year out, in jobs that do not require the degree or do not use it. A decade later, 45% still are. That first job is stickier than anyone admits while you are choosing it. Then something happens that is not a warning at all. It is genuinely nice. You start making real money. Business administration graduates are averaging around $68,800 to start, and yours lands near that. After 4 years of checking the price of everything, you become a person who does not check. You buy clothes that fit the job. You say yes to dinners. You leave the apartment with the roommate you did not choose for a nicer one with a friend you did. You buy the good version of whatever your hobby is: the camera, the bike, the guitar, the one that has sat in a browser tab since sophomore year. And you start reading about cars, which happens to people the month their direct deposit changes. None of that is a character flaw. Household spending for people under 25 averages about $47,000 a year. For 25 to 34, it is about $74,000. The money arrives and the life expands to meet it. And life feels good. It genuinely does. For about 4 months. Then it wears off. Not dramatically. On an ordinary Tuesday, you notice the Thursday afternoon feeling is still in there. A salary did not delete it. It just gave it a nicer chair. This is the moment most people decide something is wrong with them, specifically. It is not. 31% of American workers are engaged at work, the lowest level in a decade. Everyone else is doing what you are doing, which is the job, correctly, without much of themselves in it. That is not a diagnosis, it is the base rate. Which leaves one question. If it is not the money and not you, what is it? You will not quit that job because of the work. You will quit it because of one person, and you will not see them coming. Because when you meet them, they are pleasant. They ask about your weekend, and they mean it. For about a month. Gallup has measured this across millions of employees. Managers account for at least 70% of the variance in team engagement. 70%. Not the pay, not the mission, not the company values printed on the wall by the elevator. Which means your whole experience of a career you spent 6 years qualifying for comes down to whoever sits in one chair. You will get the manager who forwards your work upward, with your name taken off it. You will get the one who books your review and moves it 4 times. When you leave, you will tell the exit interview it was about growth opportunities. So you leave, and then you do it again. Median time with a single employer is now 3.9 years. For workers between 25 and 34, it is 2.7. You are not disloyal. You are ordinary. There is a reason the moving works, and it is not ambition. People who change jobs see pay growth around 6.6% a year. People who stay get 4.4. The raise you keep asking for does not exist inside your building. It exists in the next one. So you become a person with a resume, 5 companies, 3 industries, a title that keeps collecting adjectives in front of it. The generation ahead of you held an average of 12.9 jobs between 18 and 58. Job hopping is not something your generation invented. It is the first time anyone said it out loud. And somewhere in there, without one single day where you decided it, the life assembles itself. The median first-time homebuyer in America is now 40 years old. In the 1980s, they were in their late 20s. First-time buyers are 21% of the market, the smallest share ever recorded. You get there anyway, later than planned, on a mortgage that made you laugh out loud at the closing table. The average new car payment is $770 a month, and more than a third of new car loans now run past 6 years. You have 2 of them. Only one is new, and it is not the one doing the school run. Somewhere in there, kids who will not care about any of this until they are 22. That is the life, not delivered, accumulated. 73% of American adults say they are doing okay or living comfortably financially. That is the number this whole story lands on, not thriving, okay. So here is the thing you knew at 22 on a Thursday afternoon and could not say for 11 years. The degree did not build any of this. It got you through one door, one time, at 22. Then it stopped mattering almost immediately. Everything after was built by showing up to jobs you did not love, getting slightly better at them each year, and leaving at the right moment. That is not the plan failing. There was never a plan. Just a long run of ordinary decisions made by a tired person, and it added up to a house. You did not persevere toward a dream. You accumulated a life out of the years you spent not quitting. That is what people mean when they say it worked out. It is smaller than they made it sound. It is also not nothing. And almost everyone you know is doing the same quiet math, in a different building, on the same Thursday afternoon. If you have been in month 2, you already knew where this was going. Subscribe.